I got it. Waited whole day today for this. Well, not whole day, but was it 2:08 now? Man. So this came by UPS from Amazon, and this is the final piece of the puzzle with my unique address verification code. So now I'm supposed to go to the website and punch in this number. Then I think the last one is they want me to register for VAT. Like, that's something crazy, you know, value added tax. Never had to register for that. And it's all because I decided to open Amazon store, right? Like to sell basically some, you know, surplus items, or maybe start selling some pictures or something like that. But I'll have to register if they require that, right? Otherwise I won't be able to sell. Because what's cool about Amazon is that I can sell pretty much wherever Amazon is, you know, exists, right? Like US, Canada. Because I've been trying to sell some lenses, more about it in later, on, you know, online here in Canada, and have been having no luck. But we have lots to talk about today. So first is the freight situation. Did a couple of quotes over the weekend. One was for a guy who bought a highway truck at an auction in BC, and he called me asking for a quote, you know, how much would it cost to move it to Alberta. And so I was working with some carriers, and of course, you know, like these highway trucks, you have to be careful because most of them, if they have a big sleeper, like my, you know, old Kenworth T880, right? They're 13.6 tall, you know, so it's very difficult to move them with that height. So the first thing I asked this guy, I said, what kind of sleeper does it have? Because he told me it was a sleeper highway truck. And he says, oh, it's a mid-roof sleeper. Okay, so that's already better. And then he says, we also cut off the or dismantle the exhaust stacks. And so I figured, yeah, that might work, you know. Even here, because Alberta legal height is 14 feet, you can even load it on a step deck. And I found a couple of guys with step decks and RGNs. Send the guy the quote, no reply, no thank you, no nothing. And then this morning I text him again. I said, okay, are you still shipping that truck? He says, yeah, but I got the situation handled. So, you know, I think that when you're asking somebody for a quote, you should at least admit it, that you received it, and, you know, say thank you, right? Because it takes some work to find a truck. And so I had a guy ready to load pretty much, but this potential customer never told me about his budget. I'm guessing my rate was too high, so didn't get it. But that's typical. Like my boss says, you have to create 100 quotes. You might get one load. Well, maybe that's a bit, you know, an exaggeration, but you have to make a lot of quotes to send out lots of quotes to customers before some of them is more or less within the budget of this person. And the second quote I did was a guy called me and I was out, so he sent me a text message asking if I can help him ship a float trailer. You know, not an RGN, but one of those trailers that you see dump trucks pull behind where they move a small excavator. So it has a pintle hitch, it has some big ramps in the back. And the guy just sent me a picture, and all I knew was it was a 20-ton capacity and that it has air brakes. You know, some of them just have electric brakes, but because this is a heavy-duty trailer, so it has a pintle hitch, and air brakes, so you need to have some kind of a big extension, right, if you want to pick it up. But I find that these pintle hitch trailers are really pain in the butt, to move, because very few people, like highway truckers, they have pintle hitches, unless they're specialized, or maybe they work in a construction industry. Maybe it's like a dump truck, right? But who would want to drive? Oh, and this one again was from BC to Alberta. It's like 600 miles away. So who would want to drive from, their home territory, let's say BC to Alberta, then you have to drive 600 miles back? And so this guy, I think I found one guy who said he had a RGN and step deck in BC. And I asked him if they have a pintle hitch. They asked me how long the trailer was. I asked the customer. He says, well, about 32 feet, like overall length. And I'm guessing that was too long for this RGN guy, and he probably didn't have a pintle hitch to tow it. And plus, the customer never even told me, does it have valid inspection, sticker? Does it have plates, So anyway, just had a couple of weird quote requests, nothing to write home about. So Amazon is going to be set up. And then news number 3 is I decided, since nothing was happening on my second channel, Russian accordion, I'm still learning. I still love that instrument. I'm playing, but it takes a while to get, proficient in each piece. And that piece is usually like 60 seconds, And so I've been posting videos maybe like every 2 months on the channel, and they're like 1 minute long. And so I went as high as 972 subscribers, and then recently it started following. I see it's like 950, and each video gets like 200 views. It's just a waste of time, And plus, of course, there's no monetization because that's a separate channel. And so I went online, I downloaded 5 or 6 of more popular videos from the channel back to my computer. And I went into settings and I clicked delete content. Are you sure? Yes. And so that channel is now deleted. And I uploaded these 5 or 6, and I didn't want to make people angry because these are older videos. So there's a box there. When you upload, you can uncheck the box that says notify subscribers. And so if I uncheck that box, so subscribers don't see these videos in their feed, like there's no notification, right? So that's what I did. And so hopefully you guys are okay with that. But so from now on, like whenever I have a video with some new accordion play, I'll just incorporate it into a main video because they're so short, like 30, 50, 60 seconds. So maybe somewhere in the back of the main video just for fun, Now I've been watching weather. Today we're gonna go up here in Calgary up to 2C or 35F. And then amazingly this Thursday, so today is Monday, March 20th. Thursday is gonna be sunny and +8 or 46F. But then on the weekend we're gonna get snow. And next Sunday is gonna snow. So I'm counting days till April 1st when I'm thinking I'm gonna drive over to Uber over to the storage to pick up my Hellcat. But it looks like April 1st and April 2nd is going to be still cold. It's going to be below 46F or +8. And speaking about the Hellcat, I called the dealer the other day, Friday I think, Saturday, because I know they open on Saturday. I called the dealer trying to find out if they already have the PCM update for my car, the one with enhanced security and the one where you can disable fob cloning. The guy, I finally got the manager call me back, and the guy did not know for sure. He says, well, the only way for me to tell if you have this update is you have to bring your car, and then we'll check, we'll check through the PCM. I don't know why. Like I could have given him the serial number over the phone, but I'm guessing they don't care. Try to get hold of my sales guy who sold me this pretty expensive car. We're sorry, he's busy with the customer. Okay, so that's what happens when you buy a Hellcat. 3 months later, the sales guy doesn't want to talk to you. But I'm monitoring the weather. As soon as it's good, we're gonna unpack it and start cruising around and making videos. Now that running race I had, that I took pictures of, I emailed some sample photos to a couple of local newspapers. No reply, no acknowledgement, no thank you. Now, speaking about cameras, to set the record straight, so now I have 4 cameras. So my main, well, plus the iMac. So my main camera for many automotive videos is this Hero 9 that I usually use with this head mount. And then of course I have this. So bought this little handy feature so I can use my phone for some quick video. iPhone 14. And then of course with two and a half months ago I got this Monster Z9. Actually this setup with a 300mm lens is what I used mostly to shoot the race. And the problem, like, amazing camera, you know, this is probably the first camera where I can trust the autofocus and it just picks up the eye or the face, you know, like with the runners it was just amazing. I just leave it on 3D, you know, 3D or auto, and it just finds the eye, just beautiful. But the problem with this camera is that you cannot just walk around, you have to carry a bag like this, right? Because this is so thick in here, right? So it doesn't go into a regular bag, like, you know, like a shoulder bag. And so for this one, because I like carrying light cameras, like for video, so I got this Z50, yeah, Z50, right? And so this is perfect, especially when you don't have to use the adapter, because this is a mirrorless lens. And it just goes right into this micro bag, and you can actually close it, you know, and it doesn't take any space. Like, so this is perfect. I got it mostly for video when I'm shooting my, you know, shotgun or rifle, so that I can show the target. But also it's great for you know, like casual photography, like on the street, you know, like street photography. Maybe just walking around, you don't want to carry monster like this, or you don't want to, you know, attract attention. And so these are my 4 cameras, right? So GoPro, iPhone, Z9 and Z50. And I've been trying to get rid of a couple of the lenses, so I just wanted to show them in case somebody I know in the past I did sell something. So if any of you guys have like a Nikon camera, so this is a super great lens for DSLR. This is 18 to 35 f3.5 4.5, like a wide angle zoom. This is like 980 bucks Canadian over here, but I really don't need it because I'm getting a 28mm mirrorless. So trying to get rid of this one for 500 Canadian. And then I have this one, just a couple of months old. So this is a 70 to 200 f4 with nano coating, right? So super great lens, very light, only weighs like 800 grams, 2 pounds, and pretty sharp, but I don't use it as often as I thought I would. So would love to get rid of these 2. And also this thing has been sitting on the back burner, this Mavic Mini. So if some of you guys want this, let me know, because again, I don't use it. I live near the airport. For me to use this drone, I have to drive away somewhere like 10 kilometers. So this one comes with a spare battery and with everything in this fancy case. And of course there's your controls and the all kind of cables in here. Everything is good. Oh, and I can throw in the micro SD card. Right. Has a couple of extra propellers. So works fine, but I haven't flown it in a while. So, but all the propellers are spinning freely. You know, this is perfect. So you just the phone goes in here into these brackets in here, and you just use the phone to navigate, right? So it's a very cool drone. Actually, the photo from the sky and the video quality are excellent. And I'm not sure about US, but in Canada, this drone was specifically designed to be lightweight. I think it's less than 270 grams. And so because it's a lightweight drone, it doesn't qualify actually as a real drone. So at least in Canada, you don't need a license to operate this. So it's a very cool drone. Okay, now that is out of the way. Got my hydro bill today. Really happy with the arrangement at this condo apartment. Last month it was 0. This month it's -3. I'm not sure what's going on, but I'm doing something right now. Watching movies. I'm using my computer. I'm charging my phones. I have a fridge. -3 Canadian. Yeah. Now I keep checking the Hellcat stock in Canada, right, using the Autotrader.ca. So 2 months ago we had 18 Hellcats brand new, just like what I bought, Challenger, a regular Hellcat, not wide body. So we had 18, then we had 17. Check this morning, it says 14. Yes, so the stock is going down, so hopefully the price on mine will go up maybe at the end of the year. But my Chrysler dealer shows 2 cars are in transit. 2 Challenger Hellcats are in transit. They don't even have a picture. It just says, here's the price for this one, here's the price for this one. They're coming, but they already have a serial number and everything. And by the way, I just was reading the news, and in Windsor, Ontario, they caught a guy, and there's a picture of a Challenger on a tow truck on top of a 5-ton tow truck. And they caught this guy doing 152 kilometers in a 50-kilometer zone. So triple the speed limit. And what happens, what they do when they catch you like that, over 150 an hour, which is like 96 miles per hour. So what happens is that they impound your vehicle for 14 days, and they suspend your license for 30 days. And you get a fine. Minimum fine is 2,000 Canadian, and you get charged with stunt driving. And but so 14 Hellcats for the entire Canada, but when I checked the 500 kilometer radius, which is 300 miles, only shows 2. There's one Hellcat in Red Deer, sale price 115,000 Canadian, and there's one Hellcat in Strathmore, Alberta. That one has been sitting there since December. Sale price 111,000 K, which is still already higher than mine was, but still. Now I'm feeling great today because yesterday I did a crazy experiment. I replaced my typical red wine with Partake non-alcoholic beer, and try not to drink any coffee. Just had some herbal tea and some decaf coffee, and I found out, of course, that I slept way better, not waking up like every couple of hours during the night, and feel very rested in the morning. So did some of my kettlebell routine. Feeling good. So probably now, since I've been sitting at home for 6 hours waiting for this UPS truck to get me this Amazon postcard, So I'm guessing I'll just walk down to that shawarma place and have some lunch. Now there's a new feature on YouTube. It's been available for a couple of months. It's called SuperThanks, right? So since I sold my truck, I lost about 2,500 subscribers. And of course the views for each video are like way down. Whereas before it was 10, 15, 20,000 views. Now I'm lucky if I get like 3,000. And so if you like this video and if you want to show your support to this channel, please hit the super thanks at the bottom. It's right next to the share button, where you like, dislike, share. And next to share, on all of my videos now, you will see the super thanks button with basically like a little bag with a $sign and then the word thanks. So you click that and you can contribute. You can show your support in financial terms. So that's all I got for today. Hopefully there'll be some more quote requests later this week, because the weather's getting better. The construction season is really starting, and this is when, I remember when I was a trucker, this is where I was usually very busy, starting from March, April, May. I remember I was making a lot of money hauling, dozers, pipe layers, excavators, wheel loaders, all this stuff. So now I hope that I'll be able to catch some of that as a freight agent. So thanks for watching again. See you later.